Hey y'all, Meredith here from Peak Performance, and today we're going to talk a little bit about a warm-up that is great to do before doing any kind of overhead activities or specifically overhead lifts. So the first thing we're going to be doing is what's called a face pull. This is great for getting your rotator cuff active and for getting those muscles around your scapula that really help to stabilize it, get them firing and get them working, because you really need those whenever you're doing stuff overhead. The next thing we'll talk about is doing some foam rolling to try and get your thoracic spine or your upper part of your spine moving really well. And then our last thing will be a soft tissue technique you can do to try and loosen up your lats and help you get overhead. So first thing we're going to talk about is a face pull. So you can use any kind of band for this. I wouldn't recommend doing like a weight stack or anything. You want an elasticy band. So I just grabbed a Rogue band from home, just a lighter one. You don't want to go super heavy with this. So you can kind of wrap your hands around it. If you've got a TheraBand, that works fine too. And you're going to step back, get a little bit of tension on the band. And then the first thing you're going to do is set your shoulders down and back. You want to keep your core really nice and tight. And then you're going to pull kind of up and back. So I'm going to be thinking about keeping that tight squeeze down and back, but then I'm also going to kind of rotate my arms up, and this helps to engage my rotator cuff and also keeps those scapular stabilizers working the whole time. All right, so now we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, which is foam rolling for your thoracic spine. So this is a spot that all of us tend to be really stiff, and typically we don't want to extend much. We sit in a very flexed posture most of the day, even if we are pretty aware of our posture. So this works to kind of loosen that up a little bit and get you going into that extension that you need to be able to get overhead. So with this, you want a pretty aggressive foam roller. So this one is a really dense one. It doesn't have a lot of give to it. You can use a softer one, it just won't be as effective. So you want to support your neck with your hands and then just roll back and forth, okay? So I want to go all the way down towards the base of my rib cage, but especially those higher points up around the shoulder blades. That tends to be really, really tight. If you feel like your shoulder blades are kind of getting in the way, you can hug yourself right here, and that will take them out of the picture a little bit so you can really hit that spine. And then if you find one of those sticking points, you can take your hands and be going up overhead, kind of hang out here, and go up and down. And you'll actually feel, it just kind of feels different. You can kind of feel your spine roll a little bit there on the roller, but it just makes it a little bit more aggressive of a stretch. So this next exercise is a soft tissue technique. So this is working primarily on your lats. You can also hit your rotator cuff if it's a little bit sore too. For me, usually that entire area tends to be pretty sore, and a lot of times that'll really limit my mobility, especially with going overhead. So you just kind of do what works for you. But this basic technique can be applied pretty much anywhere in the body to any muscle. So whenever you're setting up, I would take the little cross ball, lean it up against the wall. So your lat right here runs basically the whole length of your side, and it actually attaches into your fascia down low. So most people are going to have more limitations up around like rib cage and up close to where that actual scapula is, or the shoulder blade. So, and some people it does attach in on the shoulder blade too. So you want to try and lean the ball against the wall, and you're just going to kind of have to noodle around and find that spot where it really gets to you. So for me, if I rotate in a little bit, I can find some sore spots in here. So what I would do is when you find those sore spots, basically flex your arm up and down and just kind of move through that, work on that for a little while until it feels like it's a little bit looser, less sore, and then you can move around, try and find another spot. A lot of times if you look at how high you can raise your shoulder beforehand and then look at it afterwards, there's a huge difference. So try it out and let me know what you think. If you have any kind of injury that you need some help working through, or if you want to have some help with trying to achieve your peak performance, we're here for you. We do some performance coaching and more structured PT style work too. And we also do some custom programming. So you can give us a call Our next screen will show you our website. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, anything like that. Shoot us a message or give us a call, and we'll get you in for a discovery session. Thanks.